In the bardo, when mother light meets with child light, is there any action required, or will things just happen by itself?
Whoever asked this question knows this terminology, mother, he said mother light, but I think referring to the clear light. Of course, we are talking about the levels of the consciousness or mind. In Buddhism, as you know, in sutric level, talks lots about the mind and the different kind of mind. For example, in Abhidharma Kosha, and also Mahayana Sutra, Mahayana text talks about the mind. But here, clear light or self in Tibetan refers to that tantric level of mind, consciousness. And clear light is something we all have, this intrinsic clarity and mind, inherent to all beings. Each of us right now we have. And this mind is the subtlest level of mind and described as the Selsin Lippa in Tibetan. Sel means clarity, and the Lippa is, Lippa in Dzogchen we talk about, but also Lippa itself is awareness, so emptiness awareness. This is free of any inherent existence and free of any grasping, fully aware, capable of perceiving without grasping. This luminosity or clarity, luminosity, same thing, allows for direct perception of reality without the interference of ego conceptual mind, unveiling the true nature of phenomena. Because I just want to have a fundamental understanding of this mother clear light, child clear light. In order to talk about that meeting both, we need to kind of define this clear light in the level of the Tantra, and especially we talk this in the highest Yoga Tantra level. Each of us practice the sadhana, highest Yoga Tantra Idam practice. So it's important to have a clear understanding of this clear light, which is considered the subtlest, most profound level of consciousness and the ultimate nature of the mind itself. This is, as I said, the luminous nature of mind. Clear light is a pure awareness. For example, Dzogchen talks about bare awareness. Yeah, same thing. Same thing means that in Tibetan school, we try to get to this or reach or unveil this level of the mind through different technique, you can say, different method. For example, in our practice, through Mahamudra, Dzogchen practice, and Tantric Guru Yoga, and sadhana practice, we try to reach, cultivate, or the practice to get to this level of the consciousness, awareness. Practitioner's own innate awareness, that is called a child clear light. In terms of mother clear light is an innate universal luminous awareness. When we talk about death dissolution, in terms of we talk in that process, then clear light is considered the last stage, the innermost essence that remains as grosser levels of consciousness all dissolved. And at the moment of death, all being experience this clear light state, although most of us, most of beings are not aware of it. In advanced tantric practices, we aspire to practice, practitioner trained to recognize and abide in the state of death at the time of death, transforming it into an opportunity for liberation. That's one thing I can say. Then at that moment, this phrase, meeting mother clear light and the child clear light happened, if we recognize it. Like in a busy marketplace, you haven't seen your mom for a long time. But if you know your mom's face, or if you really familiar with that face, even in a busy market, you can recognize, there's mom. I haven't seen her long time, but I can recognize. Then jump onto her lap or something. That's the kind of cute metaphor Tibetan Lama used. You look like me, Then all of a sudden jump and the union of mother and the child clear light. For that, we have to have a child clear light. So that's the one we are right now kind of cultivating and try to recognize in our practice. That's one thing I can say. Clear light in Tantric Buddhism represent the culmination of the spiritual path and the recognition of the mind's ultimate nature. Then, of course, in completion stage, in the highest yoga tantra, and also, in other tradition too, like old school and the newer school. We are talking about the newer school right now, like highest yoga tantra. Of course, Dzogchen also, Dzogchen's method as well, but just talking about in the highest yoga tantra, aim is to dissolve ordinary mental construct and subtle energies together, right, into the clear light. Then what we're going to do is to combine. So this is often coupled with the practice of illusionary body, gyuru, in which practitioners recognize that, for example, dream-like nature of phenomena. Then both clear light and gyuru, illusionary body, entail the tantric enlightenment. Clear light, Dharmakaya, Buddha's mind, and illusionary body, Buddha's body, those entail the complete tantric enlightenment, you can say, and Buddhahood. Of course, if we talk about the union of great bliss and clear light or emptiness, we talk lots about that in the context of sadhana practice, union of emptiness and bliss, union of clear light and bliss, especially Mother Tantra, where we are practicing in terms of context. Clear light is also crucial in achieving the union of great bliss and emptiness. That is, as I said, the pinnacle of tantric realization. In this state, the practitioner's mind rests in awareness that is both inherently blissful, and non-conceptually aware of emptiness. So those both. So this union transcends the duality, where the yogic experience all appearances as an inseparable form of Idam, like, or the mind's luminous emptiness, union of bliss and emptiness. In that way, we can talk from the Mother Tantra in the highest Yoga Tantra context as well. Then what that this to do with my own practice, right? This question is worry about should I do something in the world or something? Is that the question?
The question is, what, things just happen by themselves, or
This
will,
is really we are talking about the highest kind of level of practice, right? Yeah, of course, it's good to know those things. But see, if we reach that level, then we don't need to just rest in, then everything is unfold if we recognize. Meeting mother clear light and child clear light is taught in this context of the highest yoga tantra, right? So this is the profound moment of potential liberation. We just need to relax, As I said, at this moment, if practitioner has trained in recognizing the nature of mind, which we are trying to train ourselves at this moment when the body is still warm, often through practice like a Guru Yoga, Idam practice, Deity Yoga, and Dzogchen or Mahamudra, we try to familiarize ourselves with this innate luminosity. This practice allows to recognize the clear light, mother, mom, without resistance. So it's a natural unfoldment. Ideally, no additional action needed beyond relaxing into this experience and recognize it without clinging or aversion. For that, really, in our practice, we have to practice this just resting as well, without clinging to anything. But most of us, for most beings who have not reached such level of recognition of clear light can be fleeting, and the habit of identification to the solid self or the anything with a sense of self may quickly reassert itself, then leading to or throwing into the continued experience in the world. So training and practice in life are essential. Right now we have training to help stabilize this recognition. They cultivate the ability to rest in clear light nature of awareness. So this question about inbound or should I do anything, in a nutshell, this moment in the bardo becomes a natural unfoldment, but one that identified has been supported by a lifetime of meditation, enabling the practitioner to rest in that luminous nature without interferences. In our practice, we use the deity yogas, Guru Yoga, combined with Mahamudra. In our tradition, we do those things. In Tantra, the subject mind is a subtle mind compared to the sutra level. We need to continue to cultivate, unveil, also familiarize with that level of mind. Something like that.
It's such a beautiful answer. I wanted to ask, just on terms of terminology, just for my own sake, when we talk about child clear light, is that Rigpa? Are we talking about Rigpa in Tibetan?
Rigpa, which is taught in the context of Dzogchen, we need to separate out.
Right. Okay.
Because Rigpa itself means to know or be aware or knowingness. In that sense, this Rigpa, clear light, has a Rigpa aspect, knowingness, awareness, not just emptiness. Selshin no cell, those two components, Selshin Rigpa, I said. Cell is a clarity, luminosity, that's the kind of empty aspect. Then awareness or knowing, just not resting. This clear light is completely fully aware. So that's a very important kind of distinction. But I'm not a Dzogchenpa, so I cannot say the subtlety of. But in terms of Dzogchen, they are trying to get to the same thing. More like the moment of awareness. Right now we are aware. Even delusion we have, anger or strong attachment from the Dzogchen point of view, so that also this Rigpa, subtlest mind, this clear light nature of mind is there. And all what they need is to rest and unveil. So that's sort of approach. But in the highest yoga tantra, in practice, we are doing a little more active. And also, if we are Maja completion stage, if we go, we use this subtle body yogas or the articulate Tarun practice, kind of not forcefully, but encourage the prana to flow a certain way. Then that facilitates unveiling the subtlest mind. So
Right.
this technique is different, but they are trying to get to the same.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Because you hear these words and like, I think that's sometimes also for me like trip ups because I will hear these like different words and different practices and you have to actually separate them, like you said, and just stick to, like when you're focusing. Yeah,
And
no.
also, it's important not to solidify this clear light. Something like like a clear light, white light. Nothing to do with that. Emptiness of clear light as well. Emptiness of emptiness. And the complete negation in a prasangika view again. But of course, this is maybe another discussion about the Buddha nature and something remain. We never allowed anything to remain. Yeah, human tendency is to have something, Okay, clear light. In Tantra, we have a clear light. Okay, not just negation, but that's also empty. So we need to cut. But all we are talking about yogi's experience, right? Yeah. Yeah, just to addition to or emphasize or reiterate what I said is to ability to rest is very important when we practice Idan practice, for example, like a lot of visualization and a lot of things, right? If we combine that ability to rest and allow all the action to unfold in that field or context, then that's a possibility. Then adding a little more subtle body yoga, then that will facilitate this process.
Yeah, I mean that resting is so important. There is this human tendency that we want to hold on to it. Even with the question, there is this aspect of, okay, well, there's the mother light, and do I need to do anything to get to the mother light? It's like there is to remember to rest into it. I think is so important. Like no action required, really. Like just learn to recognize. That I heard a Tibetan, like one Tibetan saying that they said like it's like you separate all the cows from their children, and you just like you mix them all up and you separate them, and then you bring the children, like you let the baby calves come back to their cows, and the baby calf will always go back to their mother, always, like will find their mother, even amidst all of the other ones. I heard that one also used before, which
Maybe
reminded
that metaphor doesn't work for the Western anymore. Maybe going away from the mother. So in terms of resting thing, let me say one more thing. Just resting, especially for the modern practitioner, just resting not gonna work so well. We live in lots of things, right? We need to actively kind of transform this active mind, so to
Mm.
speak, identifying ourselves so strongly. I'm this, I'm that, or this is that. So Idam practice is such a skillful means, and we need to really actively, because let's say, okay, just rest, then enlightenment happened. Is that possible? Of course, there's an exception called Chikcharwa. Chikcharwa means simultaneous realizer, like so much karmic imprint from the past lives. Just sit, then just hear one word from teacher, then boom. Yeah, that's possible. Each of us want to be the one, but that's not the case. Most of us really have to go step by step. That kind of things we have been doing. And combined with that relaxed state, or the practice for resting, mindfulness, and shamatha.
Mm.
So vipassana, shamatha, union, yeah, those are important.
So you would say that the path in Tantra is you can't just rest in the mundane appearances and the mundane imputations that you have. So you transform those first. You work on transforming those impure imputations, that you to impute yourself as the deity, really break out of your mundane, ordinary appearances, which are the biggest obstacles in Tantra. And then once you have continuously learned to get outside of all of these habitual conceptions and habitual appearances, you can regenerate, like, and you can get outside of that. You will find a place where you rest beyond all of those conceptions. Is that?
Yeah, simultaneously for me. Like,
Mm.
of course, when we come to Tantra, we are supposed to already have one single point, shamatha. At least to a certain level, we should have a shamatha mental capacity to be able to rest or the focus. Yeah, mindfulness meditations. So simultaneous is good. And we can cultivate that, continue to develop our shamatha capacity while we are practicing the Idam. Tantra is multitasking. Tantra practice is multitasking, but single-pointed multitasking. One point, but we can do that. Mother also can do something like that. Cooking, washing dishes, but completely focus, but also paying complete attention to the baby, where the baby or something. You know what I mean? Human
Yeah.
mental capacity facility is amazing, but we haven't used that one, especially for good purpose in the past. Yeah, so we need to make use of and cultivate our capacity.